Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the most traded leading up to the US elections, and this is on the Stake platform. We're going to be talking about, what stocks have been traded over the last few months, but also, my thoughts on that. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video as well. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm stuff. And don't forget to share this video if you can. Would really appreciate it. We're at 734 subscribers. If you can hit that subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. So yeah, today's video is basically going to be a comparison between UK investors and Australian investors and what kind of stocks they purchased on the run up to the US elections. So we're going to start off with the top 10 most traded in August between the UK and Australia, UK being on the left, Australia being on the right. And I think this is a good starting point to kind of see what the markets or what these users are kind of thinking to the run up of the US elections. Let's get started with the top 10. So at number 10 for the UK, which is GoPro. Surprisingly, this stock is in the top 10. I wouldn't have thought it would, but then again, it could have been influenced by the amount of people that are joining the Stake platform, and it could be free shares that are given out. I don't know, but then that could be a reason. But it is also number 6 in Australia. So, I guess it's quite a popular stock, or, Stake is actually growing by that much. So if you're not actually using Stake, link is in the description, or use code INKMATIC, and when you make your first deposit within 24 hours, you'll get a free share in either Nike, Dropbox or GoPro. So all you got to do is, once you've topped up, spin the roulette wheel and you'll get a free share. And leave a comment down below on what you get, because I'd love to know. At number 9, it is On Track Inc., ticker symbol OTRK. I personally have never heard of them. I don't know what they do. If you guys do know what they do, leave a comment down below. And do you have it in your portfolio? Because I think a lot of the UK users probably do, because it is ranked number 9. So I'd love to know your thoughts and why you invested in it. At number 8 for the UK, we have Novavax, ticker symbol NVAX. It's a pharmaceutical company. I think it's a great company, so I don't really have any complaints with that. Leave a comment down below if you have this in your portfolio. But number 7, we have this ETF I have never heard of. It is, excuse me if I pronounce it wrong, it is Direxion Daily Gold Miners ETF. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's something to do about mining gold. I personally don't know what it is. I haven't even looked at it, to be honest. But apparently a lot of you in the UK have, and it is ranked at number 7. Again, I would love to know why you have invested in it. Have you done it to diversify your portfolio and invest in gold in some way to kind of mitigate your risk? I'd love to know why you have done that and why specifically this stock. Leave a comment down below. At number 6 in the UK, we've got Alteryx, that's ticker symbol AYX, which are a computer software company based in California. So I think they're actually an interesting one. So moving on to the next one, it has taken the industry by storm. It is Zoom Video, ticker symbol ZM. So this stock has actually done really well during a pandemic, and it has literally become a verb as well. You'll be like, oh yeah, let me Zoom you. So I think this has actually done really well. But is it sustainable? I'd love to know what you guys think about that. Moving on to number 4. This is everyone's favorite fruit. It's Apple. It is the largest company, or one of the largest companies in the world. And, their products are great, except I hate their MacBooks. So they are placed at number 4 in the UK, and they are number 2 from the Australian users. So it has done really well, and it is a great stock. Now moving on to number 3, which is Inovio Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol INO. It's a pharmaceutical company, and it's pretty good, I think. Moving on to number 2, this company has completely dominated the e-commerce industry and the cloud computing industry. This is Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. It is ranked number 2 in the UK in terms of most traded stocks, and it is number 5 from the Australian user base. Now I feel like The Australian side is a little bit empty, so let's fill that up right now. At number 10, we've got Facebook, ticker symbol FB. So, it's, a social media network, and they pretty much dominate social media, and it's pretty much your go-to platform. You're probably using something of theirs anyway, like whether it be an Instagram, WhatsApp, or Facebook, or whatever else they've got. So, yeah, that's a pretty decent stock. And at number 9, we have Square. Square is a payment processor run by Jack Dorsey. I think it is a good company, and it's probably pretty good for small businesses or new businesses, to be honest. So I think that's probably going to be quite a good one, especially when most of us are remote working, or starting our own e-commerce. That could be a possible option. At number 8, I think this is a really, really strong stock recently, and it has completely blown their competition out of the water, and this is Advanced Micro Dev, AMD, ticker symbol AMD, I guess. So yeah, I think that's a really good stock. At number 7, we have Nvidia. Is the dominant player when it comes to graphics cards, your GPU in your computer. Literally all my computers have an Nvidia card. So, it is literally my go-to, and I don't consider ATI, which is from AMD. I usually always go Nvidia. But what makes it really interesting is that Nvidia has or already has acquired ARM, which is the mobile chip architecture company. And, that could be huge for them. I'm really keen on looking to see where this actually goes. In the next few years, this could actually give Nvidia a huge advantage. Moving on to number 4. This company has been around for ages, and it is pretty much my de facto operating system for whatever computer that I'm going to use, and it's Microsoft. Absolutely love this company, and their products are actually amazing, and it is very comparable, or sometimes even better than Apple. Obviously, this is just my opinion. I love Windows. I hate Mac, but I love an iPhone. So, take it with whatever you want. That's ticker symbol MSFT. Microsoft, huge player, massive in the tech space. At number 3, we've got this Chinese company, and it has been, on a roll recently. I think around March, maybe, it might have been on the verge of bankruptcy. And it was around $1.5, well, $1.50, around that, to $2. And now it's roughly around $40, and that's NIO, ticker symbol NIO. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Personally, I love the idea of removing your battery, or have these stations where you just drive up, and then a machine will essentially take your battery out of your car and replace it with a fresh pack. So I think that is genius, and that's probably one way to avoid the waiting times to charge your car up. At number 1, for both countries, the UK and Australia, it is Tesla. Tesla, of course, it's going to be Tesla. It is the most hyped stock this year. It has been on a roll. It is phenomenal. They have a great product, although I personally think it's a little bit too expensive right now. But I would love to know if you still have this in your portfolio. So that's ticker symbol TSLA. Don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So now moving on to the 10 most traded in September. Green ones means that they've risen, red have fallen, and black means that they have remained the same position as the previous month. So a new entry at number 10, which is ProShares Ultra Pro Short QQQ ETF. This is also in the top 10 from the Australian users at number 8. This was also in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, the card is on the above and in the description below. Another new entry at number 7, which is Zuora, ticker symbol ZUO. This is another new entry for this month. So I'd be curious to know if you guys have this in your portfolio, and let me know why and what is your plan for this stock. Personally, I haven't heard of it until I made my previous video, which is in the description. At number 3, we have Nikola Corporation, ticker symbol NKLA. And this is the company with that dodgy CEO. And a lot of you have been talking about it in September. Do you still have this in your portfolio? And if so, why? I'd love to know what your thoughts on this. Personally, it's not for me, but I'd love to know the reasons why you still have it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just curious. And at number 7 from the Australia's top 10 is Workhorse Group. That's ticker symbol WKHS. So I think this company is going to do quite well in the electrical commercial delivery vans. So as we're going to a second lockdown, potentially our online ordering is going to increase quite a lot, and it could be a potential good one for UPS and FedEx to buy new vehicles. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this. Comment down below as usual. What I find interesting here, especially for September, is Tesla hasn't really changed positions. So hasn't Apple from the Australia top 10. So they've kind of remained the same. There has been some slight movements between, but majority of the stocks are very similar to the previous month. Let's get started with the top 10 most traded in October. There are a few new entrants, which is really interesting. So at number 10 from the UK users is Overstock.com, ticker symbol OSTK. Apparently it's a furniture type company. I personally have never heard of it before, but it's quite an interesting one in terms of it being in the top 10. I would never have thought that particularly would be in the top 10. So at number 9, it's Fastly. They're an American cloud computing service provider, similar to Cloudflare. You all know how much I love Cloudflare, but this has done really well since March. It has completely soared, and it is doing really well, which is ticker symbol FSLY. I think it's a great company. It has had tremendous performance since March, so it is definitely one to have a look at. At number 6. NIO, ticker symbol NIO, has made it into the UK top 10 for October, where it is already in the top 10 for Australia previously and in this month as well. So that's quite an interesting one, as there seems to be some sort of trend that follows between UK investors and Australian investors, which is good to see. Potentially this could be a good sign of seeing what investors are thinking. If there is a Biden win, Chinese companies are probably going to do a lot better, whereas if it's a Trump win, those stocks will probably suffer. So this is interesting to see. At number 2 for the UK, we see Workhorse Group, so WKHS, which is already in the top 10 most traded stocks in September from Australian users. So it's kind of good to see that Australian users kind of seem to be quicker on the ball in terms of setting trends. So we've seen that with NIO, and we've seen that with Workhorse so far. So now to fill in the gaps for the Australian one, the next two, 7 and 6, have both made an appearance in August on the Australian side. So this at number 7, we have Square, ticker symbol SQ, and for number 6, we've got AMD, Advanced Micro Dev, ticker symbol AMD. So these two are back again. So they did kind of miss out September in the top 10, but they are back in October. So stocks that appeared consistently over the last 3 months for both the UK and Australia in the top 10 were Tesla, Apple, Amazon, and GoPro. So these appeared across the board every single month for the last 3 months for both users in the UK and Australian users. So now diving into stocks that performed well individually for each country, excluding the ones that we mentioned above. For the UK, there is Zoom, which has performed really well and appeared consistently in the top 10 over the last 3 months. And for Australia, we've got Microsoft, Nvidia, and NIO, which have all appeared consistently in the top 10. Thanks again for watching and making it this far into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to say a big shout out to Stake for providing the data to make this video. And if you haven't already signed up to the platform, you can use my referral link down below. And when you sign up and make your first deposit, you'll get a free share. So after you've made your first deposit, you'll get a notification in the app saying that you've got a free share. Spin a roulette wheel and you'll get a share in either Nike, Dropbox or GoPro. So it's kind of a win. Let me know in the comments down below what you got. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it interesting. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know in the comments down below and get this video to 50 likes. That's it for today. See you in the next one.